else that's really taking Washington by storm this week is this thing called the Nunes Memo, okay? It's trending. It's been in the news a lot this week. A lot of people don't understand what it is because it's kind of been talked about ad nauseum. So we want to kind of reset and talk about this issue from the very beginning. We'll talk about it on the other side.
It's a 3.5-page memo written by Congressman Devin Nunes. He's a Republican, and he's chair of the House Intelligence Committee. The memo claims that the Department of Justice and the FBI conspired, worked together to put surveillance on a senior member of the Trump campaign leading up to the 2016 election. The memo claims that the FBI didn't tell the Department of Justice that the Democratic National Committee or the Clinton campaign actually paid for some of the research that served as the basis for the report. On Monday, House Intelligence Committee Republicans approved the public release of the memo. After that, the president has 5 days to object to its release. The FBI issued its own public memo today saying basically a lot of the stuff was left out of the Nunes memo and taking the position it should not be released.
Now, I want to frame this in the context of this isn't just a consummate insider Washington issue. This is something that touches the lives of every American and could have repercussions on surveillance and warrants and things like that. So can you talk about why this is important?
So I will say this. I am not a fan of this particular document being released because I believe that it's a little one-sided. It was written by a GOP staffer. I think it's one-sided. But being a member of the African-American community, I am fully aware of the history of the FBI and other governmental agencies preying on African-American leaders, making them look like things that they are actually not, and slanting public viewpoints against them. So I do think that this is something that has to be addressed when it comes to how we govern and manage the lives of American citizens.
You think it should be released?
Well, I think that, like the Senate, some of the Senate Republicans have said, we need to give the Judiciary Committee some time to look over the documents, make sure that it's not going to interfere with any current investigations, because this is a bigger issue. This isn't just about political grandstanding. There are national security concerns, there are surveillance concerns, and I think Washington is just making it all about Washington when it's not.
Yeah. This is an American issue.
Yeah. And it was an internal squabble, which has now become very publicly and vocally the FBI coming out and saying, we don't want the president to do this because of a number of different reasons. But listen, great perspective from both of you tonight, Amelia Irvine and Rashad Gaines. We appreciate you guys coming in. Glad we could have this talk.